There he is, Heath Herring.
The crazy Texas horse. Thanks for letting me sing that.
185cm、112kg。
He used to be called Mark the Specimen Kerr. Now he is Mark the Titan Kerr. This is his 8th time in Pride. Golden Glory team member, Heath Herring. 23 years old. Actually, he's got a little bit more hair than he had last time, but it's still a pretty wild dude there, boss.
Yeah, that's what a couple of years Holland will do to you.
Yeah, I was over in Holland with you guys in March, and I can see why people would
He comes out with a high kick, it's dangerous.
Yeah, he doesn't want to come out kicking against Kerr. Kerr's just going to grab the leg. No mystery here. Kerr needs this fight on the ground, and he goes for that single leg, and Heath is going up top. Heath trying to push out. Kerr driving in hard. Kerr really putting pressure here. Kerr's got Heath's back. They're up against the ropes.
Yep. I think they're going to restart it in the center of the ring maybe now. Because this... Ooh, don't turn him over. Oh, he's
going for Kimura. He's going for Kimura here.
He's got it.
He's got the Kimura. If he Kimura, but Kerr is real strong early on. But he's got his arm over his elbow there.
He is very strong.
Yeah, you don't. Oh, he's got it. He's got the Kimura, but he doesn't. Kerr's fighting out. Kerr.
Wow, that was a close one.
No, but he let him know. He let him know, hey, I got some submissions for you. I'm not just going to lay here.
You better watch out.
What Kerr needs to do in this fight, among all things, beside win, is deliver an exciting fight. In his last couple of fights, he was a little lackluster.
Yep. No, he really needs a very explosive fight. But against a guy like Heath, it's going to be difficult. Because he's a wrestler himself.
But he's got some submissions.
Oh yeah, and striking skills.
It's going to be hard for Heath to get out from under Mark Kerr unless they have a restart by the referees, because Kerr is perfect at top control and holding a guy down.
Yeah, I trained many times with Kerr, but he's something special, I'm telling you. So strong.
But at least Heath is keeping busy. He's trying things. He's over there trying to manipulate Mark's left hand for, I don't know if he's going for a Kimura or what he's going for, but he's distracting him is what he's doing.
Yeah, if Mark makes a mistake and he lets his right arm go, he will escape the back door, so to say.
Looks like Heath is going for the Kimura again.
Yeah. He figures, hey, I'm going to have it 1 or 2 times, might as well try it 3 times.
Mark Kerr, yeah, he's got the full guard now. Mark Kerr is really adept at submission wrestling, having won the prestigious Abu Dhabi World Submission Wrestling Championships 2 years in a row in 2 different categories, the absolute and his weight division. So he's good at straight ground fighting, but he won most of his matches by decision. And so there it goes back to the thing about him having great control. Heath, on the other hand, unlike Kerr's last opponent, Igor Vovchanchyn, is much more active on the bottom.
Yeah, and he has only 1 fight in Pride that went the distance. The other fights were stopped sooner.
Heath Herring.
Yes.
Right, yeah, he's been able to beat people. He tapped out Denis Sobolov with a key lock. He grounded and pounded Enciniano with knees and stopped him. He choked out Big Tom Erickson, and he also choked out Willie Peters. So he's got a good rear naked choke. So Kerr probably knows that and doesn't want to give his back to Heath Herring, because Heath's got some strength on himself. Both these guys weigh right around the vicinity of the 240, 245 pound range.
Yeah, Mark came in heavier. He told me was 252, I think, or 255 this time,
Really?
which is very heavy for him because at Abu Dhabi it was 230 or 225, I heard.
I don't know if that weight is going to favor him because I think if the longer the fight goes, that weight will work against him.
I think so too.
Keep working, Kerr. Keep
I
working
never
the wrist.
believe in
Keep the wrist
more
left.
mass. I always believe in
Body
more
head. Body
conditioning.
head. Go. Stay busy. Come on, baby. Let's go.
The more muscles you have, the more air they need.
Now, this is looking a lot like Heath Herring's fight with Tom Erickson, who is quite a bit bigger than Kerr. Tom Erickson took Heath down. Heath shut down his strikes, and Erickson wasn't a submission guy. And then they had a restart by the referee, and Heath landed a huge kick, which actually Erickson ducked into and ended up being a knee to the head.
Yep.
And then Heath kicked Tom Erickson again with a kick, a left kick, and then took him down and choked him out.
Finish pass. Try to get past. Try to get
But
side.
Kerr is just basically controlling, not trying anything. I don't see him working for submission. He's just basically wrestling.
Yeah, Heath should work more, try to escape more, go for guard, make Kerr tired, try to make him tired. And then hopefully Kerr makes a mistake and he moves back. Again, Kerr is very good in controlling this kind of situation.
Gotta set it up. Gotta trap that arm. Trap his arm first and then throw it. Keep your elbows inside. Get your hands up the ground.
A bit of a stalemate. I wouldn't be surprised if the referee restarted him standing.
Yeah,
There's not a lot of activity here. There's nothing going on. If I were Heath, I would just like shut him down and then wait for the referee to restart him because Kerr is just controlling him at this point. He's not really doing much. And this is really not that all that surprising because Kerr, this is the way he fights. It's really hard to break those old habits.
Yes, I hear Coleman instructing Kerr to trap an arm and then hit him. But Kerr's not going for it.
Get your arms on his biceps. Get your hands on his biceps.
He's got a high guard now, but he can pull off. He can actually try to go for an armbar.
There you go.
He's trying. Look at this. He's very limber also.
Hammers, nice, Kerr, nice. Short hammers. Set it up, don't waste them. Don't waste them.
Keep moving.
Keep this way, Mark. Come on.
Besides Igor Vovchanchin, Heath Herring is only the second fighter in the top 10 that Mark Kerr has faced.
Use your left hand now.
Okay.
Hold his hand and use your left. Yank it out of there, Kerr. Yank it out of there.
That's interesting.
Use it. Judge, stick to me. Use that left hand.
I think Heath is actually going to go for armbar.
Use that left hand, Kerr.
And by going for the armbar, he's creating a struggle with Mark Kerr that's going to cause Mark Kerr to have to strain back, and it's going to work on his conditioning. I think this is going to be a battle of stamina in this fight, boss.
Yeah, that's the key factor to win the fight for Heath. Stamina. But we interviewed Kerr and he told us that he is in perfect shape. He totally changed his training routine, and he said that he's in a very good shape. So we don't know what to expect this time.
What?
Okay.
What was that?
I don't know. It looked like Kerr was stacking up, getting ready to go for an ankle lock, but then this is not an exciting fight right now. This is what people were hoping that Mark Kerr would not go back into. And just now he hasn't landed a single strike really. He's waved his arms in the air, but he hasn't really hit Heath Herring yet.
Yeah, you're right. I think this fight is going to be interesting in the second or the third round.
When they have the stand-up restart.
Yes. Or when the referee will break and stand him up. It will be very exciting too. Let's try our thing again.
Okay, right now, boss. And we've discussed this before when Fujita fought Gilbert Ivel, when Mark Kerr fought Igor Vovchanchin. Who's winning this fight?
Yeah, it's very difficult. You know, it's difficult to say. He is very active. Mark is very active too. Only he doesn't hit, he doesn't connect, but he doesn't connect either. It's I would call it a draw. You know, if none of them makes progress or improves his position, I would say, okay, let's make it a draw. Does the takedown count if you fight for the rest like that? I don't know. There's a hand.
There you go. Stay busy. Stay busy. Come on. Let's go. Let's go, Mark. Let's go, Mark.
Yep.
Let's go, Mark.
We have to wait. I think it's going to be more exciting round number 2, like I said. Because this, I see this is the to the end, going to the end of this round.
Kerr hasn't really tried for a submission. He hasn't really tried to ground and pound that much. Oh,
No,
there he goes.
This is better.
Now, this is better for Kerr. Kerr hopped over, and now Heath on the bottom has half guard. Kerr on top has half mount. But Heath is not going to let this be a factor.
I don't think so either. And sometimes from half guard, it's easier to escape than from a guard. So, because you can use the back door now, you know, you got one leg less to worry about. Kerr should try to go all the way out to the side mount and then continue. Because in earlier fights from Kerr, we saw that he was very effective in that position. He can go for some submissions, striking. What he shouldn't do is put his left arm around Heath's neck, because if he does that, Heath only has to twist to the right.
Okay, there
But
it is.
now,
Now, that's the end of round 1. Mark Kerr was on top, and I guess the judges would say that he won the round, but it was by no stretch of the imagination an exciting round.
nope. You're right, exactly. I think the same thing. Judges would go now in favor for Kerr. And this is where stamina is going to play a factor.
Okay, now, we went into, in the beginning of the program, about how Mark Kerr was under a huge amount of pressure to win. Do you think that the pressure is making him fight conservatively in order to just get the win?
Yeah, I think so too. But, you know, if I look at him right now from this position, he has some things. He looks in a great shape, so he should just go for it. That was the takedown. He really tried to avoid it, but it didn't work against the master wrestler Kerr. But yeah, it's like you said, you know, it's
There's the Kimura by Heath trying it, but he doesn't have the good leg position.
no, and he should do it from guard. Would be more effective. He's going for it again.
But at least he's trying it, and he's making Kerr think about it, rather than just being static and trying to defend.
Yeah, here we see Heath Herring.
I think one of the things, at least from my vantage point, there's pressure on Kerr to not only win, but also to make an exciting fight, because the fans don't want to see another lay and pray situation like we've seen in the past.
Oh.
They want to see action. They want to see mixed martial artists, like, for instance, Daijiro Matsui and Pele, where they went to the ground in the previous Pride. They were all over the place. They were bouncing around, trying for submissions, picking each other up, slamming each other. They want to see that kind of a ground fight. They don't want to see one guy falling asleep on top of the other guy.
No, like we saw in the last fight, they start booing in Kerr's last fight, and Kerr doesn't want to have that again, so he has to make an exciting fight, and that's a lot of pressure
Here
right
we
now
go.
for him.
Now, Heath, oh, there's the knee, but Kerr grabs it. Heath almost got his back, and they're down again. He tried the right knee, but Kerr immediately grabbed it, took him down, back in Heath's guard, but Heath has the right instep under Kerr, and he could sweep Kerr
to the left
because he's got a double underhook here.
He should do it.
Double overhook, that
He
is.
should do it now. That would be a perfect turn.
He really should. He should turn counterclockwise to the left, straighten out his
Mark is
right
going to
leg.
go for Kimura, I think. He's going to try to catch the hand behind his back. Watch this. It's a trick.
He knows this. And he gives up the butterfly guard with the right foot under Mark Kerr's thigh and gets a closed guard behind Mark Kerr at this point.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a little bit of the same fight now as we saw in round number 1.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate, because if this round goes the same way the other round does, it's going to create a little restlessness in the crowd.
Stay busy, Mark. Stay busy, Mark. Mark, stay busy. Pass the guard. Pass the guard.
But does Kerr have the facility to deliver any other kind of a fight?
Yeah, we don't know because we haven't seen him do it in his last 3 fights. And he's good at passing the guard. Now I don't know with the guard of Heath because he's got really tall, long legs, and it's very difficult to. Oh, it's a stand up. No, down. Oh, I
Heath
thought
wanted to stand up, but
he was celebrating already.
yeah, he was getting ready to throw something.
So, but Mark is very strong, and he can break the guard. The guard is open right now. If he passes the guard, go to the side and do what he has to do. He should move more, make moves, attacks.
He's got to move his hips. He's got to try to get his heels on Mark's hips. He's got to play with Mark's arms, slap him on the side of the ear, punch him. He's got to get busy, just like you say, boss. He's got to move. Yep. He's got to be, if I were him, I'd be tilting hips side to side, trying to do something. Kerr being a master grappler, it's really going to be a situation where, oh, what's he doing now?
Tries to go for that arm again, but Kerr's very strong with the arm. It's going to be very difficult to submit Kerr, trust me.
Yeah. Nobody's come close. The closest thing that Kerr has come to a stoppage was when Igor Vovchanchyn stopped him with a knee to the head, of which at that time was not a legal knee, of which now they've changed the rules back to the old mixed martial art rules. And Heath getting that leg up top, trying for something, but Kerr passing the guard back down low again.
He should move more. People start booing again. You see,
this is what people do not want, this kind of a fight.
Yeah, the ref should put it up. Stand them up.
This was one of, back in the early days of mixed martial arts, when Royce Gracie first came out in the UFC and pulled the guard and would have this kind of fight, the fighters on top, many of them didn't know what to do, so they ended up getting caught in submission. But once the fighters learned defense against this, then sometimes fighters would get in this position and not know what to do, and it would result in a boring fight. Now, we really don't want to see that happen again tonight because of one fighter is able to shut down the other fighter.
No, and it looks like it's going to happen. That's the bad thing, the bad part. Yeah. I think we have to, he should twist him to the right.
Heath should twist Kerr to the right?
Yep. The rope is there, okay, but at least, you know, throw him off balance, see what you can do. He should move.
Now he's got full guard again.
Yeah, it's not going to happen now. Referee should stand him up.
I agree. At some point, Heath has got to explode with some movement and maybe even punches from the bottom, just to get things going on.
Yeah, it's difficult to fight a fight like this.
But are you surprised?
No, I'm not surprised at all. It's logic. It's a game to play, and he's going to win this way. It's not an exciting way, but he's going to win this way. But,
exactly.
And if you play it a little different, it's going to be dangerous against a guy like Heath. So, hey.
Okay, now we're going to have a reset. Finally. Now he's all psyched up.
Yeah, he's going to get a yellow card.
He's all psyched up. Who's getting the yellow card? Kerr?
Yes.
Kerr gets the yellow card. He's going to throw a bomb here.
He's going to throw one.
Oh, what a kick! What a kick by Heath Herring.
Full in the head.
Mark Kerr took that kick. It was a huge right roundhouse kick, a la Tom Erickson when he fought him. And Heath Herring is kneeing him in the head. He's going to stop Mark Kerr. Kerr's in trouble. Kerr's out. Kerr's really in trouble. The fight is over. Heath Herring.
Unbelievable.
Took care of it. He took care of it, boss.
Oh my God, this guy.